Thought leadership strategy. The 3 things every thought leader needs to build to have a successful business. Thought leaders often run their business as solo operators, and this can be really difficult because there is a never-ending list of things to be done. At times, it can be really hard to know what to focus on. Having a clear thought leadership strategy helps. But having the wrong strategy not only wastes your time, it wastes all your energy for the lack of results that it produces. In this video, we'll focus on the 3 things that make the biggest difference for you and your business. And we're not just going to talk about it, I'm going to walk you through the exact steps that I do for myself and for my clients in coming up with their thought leadership strategy. Plus, I'll show you how to turn your strategy into a single hyper-focus so when you wake up in the morning you'll know exactly what you need to do for the day. I'm Geoff McDonald, the Ideas Architect, and I help business experts become thought leaders and earn money from what they know from anywhere. Now let's look at thought leadership strategy. And to start, we need to define a couple of terms. The first one is, what is a thought leader? For me, it's somebody who earns money from their ideas. And the second one is, what is strategy? Strategy is how you achieve your goal. It's not the goal, it's how you achieve your goal. This means before we can talk about strategy, we need to actually have a goal. So what's the one goal that's common for all thought leaders? If you want to earn money from what you know, then you want to grow your thought leadership business. And these become the 3 chunks of our goal: business, thoughts, and leadership. Now for the big question. What's the one thing that is common to every business on the planet? And there is probably a few ways to answer this, but one really useful framework is to talk about capital. And capital can be defined as any resource that helps us build or generate wealth. And while there are many different types of capital, there are 3 that are vital for thought leaders. Remember our goal and our 3 key words: business, thoughts, and leadership. They marry up beautifully to 3 types of capital. The first one is financial or money capital. The second one is ideas or intellectual capital. And the third one is around people or social capital. And they're the 3 things that every thought leader needs to build. And therefore, they're the foundation for every thought leadership strategy. As with all things from ice cream to football teams, we all prefer different things. And the same applies to capital. We all have preferences about which types of capital interest us and motivate us. And this is important because this will dramatically shape our thought leadership strategy and ultimately our hyper-focus, what to focus on to drive our results. So to check this for yourself, give yourself a rating on those 3 types of capital that we talked about: money, people, and ideas. Give yourself a rating from 0 to 5, where 0 is I have no interest in that, to 5 I'm really interested in that. The question to ask is, how strongly am I motivated by this? And there's no right answer here, just be truthful to yourself because this is going to shape the strategy we're about to create. For me, I'm a very clear 5 for ideas. And for the people that know me, they'd probably say, actually, Geoff, you're 10 for 5 on ideas because you're just all over ideas. But I'm probably only a 2 for people and a 1 for money. And you can do an easy check here. If someone were to offer me a bucket load of money to work on a boring project, I'd probably say no. But if they offered me no money or not much money to work on something that was exciting and new and innovative, I'd be in, boots and all. So which one of these 3 is your driving force, your motivator? Are you a deal maker who loves the money? Are you an ideas person like me? Or are you a social person who loves to connect and build relationships? This is important information that we'll use at the end to drive our hyper-focus. And now we want to look at each one of those 3 areas of capital in a little bit more detail, and we want to create some actions and some goals for each one. Usually, when we think about capital, we think about money. And financial capital is absolutely crucial to grow a sustainable business. But when most people think about money and business, they instantly go to sales and raising new revenue. That's important, but there are some other goals about money that we could consider that might be more valuable. For instance, our money goals might include earning money, spending money, saving money, investing money, giving money, or lending money. Now take a moment, pause this video if you have to, and jot down some goals under each of those 6 headings. For example, how much money could you save in the next 90 days? Where could you invest your money? And who could you give some money to? And once you've done that, pick one to focus on for the next 90 days. Next, we want to look at ideas. So to grow your business, you need money or financial capital. But to be a thought leader, you need to have ideas or intellectual capital. These are the tools, the frameworks, the ideas, the concepts that you share and earn money from with your clients. So I'm sharing one of my tools and frameworks with you in this video. It follows that if we want to be a thought leader, then we need to be designing, building and selling our ideas. And having a goal around ideas might include one of these 6 things: researching, creating ideas, designing things, writing a book or writing something, building something, and capturing our ideas, possibly in a recording or a live presentation. Now take a moment, pause this video and jot down 5 or 6 goals around your ideas of what you could do and create in the next 90 days. For example, what research will you do? What will you write about? And what live presentations you'll capture and record. Then pick one to focus on for the next 90 days. Next, we'll want to look at people or social capital. So to build and sustain your business, you need financial capital. To be a thought leader, you need ideas or intellectual capital. But ultimately, we all need people. We need social capital because ultimately we don't have a business unless we have clients or customers. So a simple definition of social capital, it's the value we give or the value we get from our interactions with the people we know. Having a goal around people might include meeting new people, helping people, congregating or getting them together, inviting people to something, sharing ourselves, or serving other people. Now take a moment, pause this video, jot down some goals and ideas around your people or social capital. For example, who do you want to meet, what relationships you want to build, or who you want to serve or how you want to serve people in the next 90 days. Then pick one to focus on for the next 90 days. Also, notice that the usual way of doing business for a lot of people is they're looking for sales and they're always looking at it from the point of view of meeting new customers or getting new customers. Another way to do that is how can you build stronger relationships with your current customers such that your business grows. Now, if you've completed the exercises, you should have a series of goals in each of those areas, plus hopefully you've highlighted one clear goal for each of those 3 parts of capital. This means you should have 3 goals in total right now. This is the foundation for your thought leadership strategy, and we're going to turn this into your hyper-focus in just a moment. Before we do that, let's just wrap up what we've covered here so far. One thing all businesses need to build is capital. And there are 3 types of capital that are really vital for thought leaders. The first one is financial or money capital. The second one is ideas or intellectual capital. And the third one is social or people capital. And each of us has a preference or a different motivation around each one of them. Some of us are driven by the money, some of us are driven by the ideas, some of us are driven by the connections and the relationships with other people. And by having a goal in each of these 3 areas of business capital means we're more likely to have a balanced business rather than be lopsided in one of those 3 goals. Now to turn your 3 goals into a single hyper-focus so that when you wake up in the morning, you'll actually absolutely know this is what I'm working on today. This is what's going to make the biggest difference for my business. And the key here is not to have 3 separate goals, but to line them up in such a way that when I achieve this goal, it automatically achieves that one and fulfills that one as well. And this is the key to having a really powerful strategy, that one line of focus generates all of the results that we want. So there's 3 steps we've covered here. The first one is to have goals across all 3 areas of capital. Then we want to line them up based on the order of our rating. So for me, ideas were number 1, so I'd put my idea goal first. People was second, so I'd put my people goal second, and then I'd put my money goal third. So what I'm saying for me, my ideas will generate the social support and capital that I need, that will then generate the financial reward that I want. And when you line them up, you can do a quick check. If I produce that result, would that produce that result? And would that produce that result? And you may just have to tweak this a little bit to get this right. And that's it. That's the key to having a strategy that actually is also a hyper-focus. And just to clarify this, I'll share you my personal example so you can see how it might look. So as I said, my preference is ideas first, people second, money third. So therefore, my strategy needs to lead with ideas, people, and then money. So here are my 3 goals. The first one is to generate YouTube video every week. The second one is to build an online audience. And the third one is to generate $10,000 a month of income from Anywhere Experts. And this becomes my business strategy. Create 1 video a week to build an online audience to generate sales. The one thing I need to add though is I need to make sure the videos are of good enough quality to actually be able to do that. I can't just put out a whole bunch of crap because that's not going to work. So creating a high quality video that generates an audience and generates sales. So as a hyper focus, the one thing I need to focus on is to produce a good quality video each week. And I reckon if I do that for 12 months, maybe a bit longer, I know that's going to build sufficient online audience. And I know if I build a sufficient online audience, then I'm going to make the sales that I want to make. And there you have it. 3 goals that are your thought leadership strategy, all rolled into one single hyper focus. And if you have any questions on how to do this, add a comment below and I'll do my best to answer it for you. And if you want some coaching around this, well, head over to Anywhere Experts and I can help you over there. That's it. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.